Vic. Oh! Beat him up! Make him hard! Ready! Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.
I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Exclusive.
What up, guys? It's your boy Jair K Dripmode, and I'm gonna get straight to it today. I'm at the office and I'm getting ready to work on the dial for this beautiful lineup by Hasbro. This is the Build-A-Figure line for the Ghostbusters, and this is the Ghostbuster Part 1. As you can see, you got the Demon Dog, you got the Ghostbusters, and you got the lovely ladies. Now, these are awesome in regards to the accuracy of the faces compared to Diamond Select. Some of you guys may disagree on that, but I actually prefer these guys way more than those. But the Diamond Select came out with a really cool Build-A-Figure of building a diorama of the rooftop. So I'm actually going to be building a diorama of the rooftop. So I'm going to kind of give it my own little flavor, my own little take of it, but I'm going to be building that rooftop diorama for these guys. So let's get to it. Alright, so you can see here's my new Ghostbuster setup or collection, and I started playing around with the boxes just to kind of get a feel of how much space I have I want to build a diorama on this display. So looks like I could get it to work. So as you can see here, I am playing with Tinkercad. Tinkercad is an application I've mentioned in the past that I use sometimes, depending on just trying to get some dimensions correct. But yeah, so this is kind of right now what I'm laying out for the rooftop, just to kind of get some idea of the dimensions and the space, and it helps me out. Now, it's also giving me an idea of what space I have to work with, specifically with the amount of space I have on the shelf. So yeah, I've been looking at some of these. This is from actual Diamond Select, understanding what they did, you know, and the space that they have. I have to think about that my space is smaller, so it won't be as squared as this one right here. So there's going to be some alterations, but yeah, I've been looking at some other people's dials, and wow, it's actually a pretty popular one. And, it's mainly the Diamond Select, and then other dioramas that are showing other perspective of the building. But yeah, looking at some of these is pretty dope. This guy right here is, so you can see mine's more narrow, where if you look at this one, it's a lot more of a square. Alright, so here's where I'm at right now. Creating the ledge in the front. My version just has more space compared to other versions I've seen. In regards to the front, they tend to stand back here, but I want to utilize this area more. So I magnetized these two, and then getting the initial structures, and then start going into it with detail. but I'm already deep into the carving. So this is just one of the pillars in the back. Kind of went a lot on this one. Oh, this is magnetized. And I made a lid for the top of it. This piece is really about details, and it's really architectural. So it's actually this is not my comfort zone at all. So being really accurate architecturally is something that I want to make sure I do it right. So, and step up the level of foam carving.
Together. Actually, wait a minute. This could be great. This could be perfect.
So here I want to show you guys how I'm gonna go about painting the whole dial. And literally it's the same. This technique is gonna be applied to the whole diorama. Both pieces that you see here are primed with Mosh Posh Black and spray painted with a light gray. The difference between these two is that I dry brushed this with an almond color. That's where you can see the difference. Now the reason why I did this first, usually you'll do is you'll black wash it next and then you'll dry brush it once it dries. But this is backwards, and the reason why I'm doing this is because the spray paint has this like protective coat that doesn't let it sit. I don't know if you guys have ever done watercolors with crayons. Like if you draw something with crayons and then you paint over it with watercolor, you know, the crayon stays and then everything that's not crayon gets colorized. So the same thing with this idea, and I want to do it in front of you guys. So I got black wash, and I'm gonna literally just soak it. I'm soaking it. Alright. Alright, that's that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it dry and then go into brown wash. Alright, so in here I got a little bit of brown wash. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna paint the whole thing with that brown color. Alright, so it's like a dirty brown. Right. And that's giving you all those crazy dirt, just patterns of dirt, right? What I want you to notice, maybe you can see right there on the edge, you see like how the almond dry brush is sticking out. It's not letting itself get colorized and absorb with another brush. You could absorb the paint off of it if it's too wet for your taste. This is a little bit too much. So with a sponge or with a brush, you could just absorb all the extra paint or wash. Okay, perfect. So I'll say it's a nice amount. With the black, what I'm gonna do is that because it's wet, I can actually just put specks of black into the crevices, and it's gonna spread. It's gonna leak and spread and fill in the cracks. And because it's still wet, it's acting like a watercolor. This is basically how I'm gonna be painting the whole tile. You know, it's just making sure it looks like concrete, and then it's not gonna be a pretty building all the time, so then you just add the stands. Look at that. And then with the brush, come in and just suck all this extra water. It's like magic. So it's a technique I wanted to show you guys for this look. You can apply it to any build that looks like you need to stain the concrete. And now the last step is the dry brushing. So I got a brush like this, dry brush, dab it, try to take as much as you can off, and then start dry brushing the edges. Here you can appreciate the details right here. Now here's the difference. Here you can see the difference now. From it just being primed and painted to now being washed and dry brushed. Here you go, guys. Here is my Ghostbuster Rooftop Diorama. And if you guys are seeing the movie, this is towards the end of the movie, and they go against Gozer the Destroyer so that they can save New York City. And so yeah, so let me talk about this dial, guys. First, this is an inspired piece. This is not exactly to the T of the movie. So yeah, it does have the balcony, as you can see. I extended it, making it bigger. You still have the center piece where you have that table. Then you got the two planks over here where normally you'll see the gargoyles or the dogs sitting down, and then you got the two pillars in the back. And to complete this piece, I'm actually using a computer monitor of an image of that door. I didn't have the time to actually make the door, but instead I do have an alternative, and it's just basically printing it out on a foam board and put it in the back. Alright. Now for this video, I used the computer monitor because I'm using different scenes on the actual monitor. Alright. So everything, so I guess I want to go over everything. And everything is magnetized. Everything's magnetized, and there is a lot of thought into building this one, kind of like Legos. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna actually take it apart. Alrighty, so as you can see, this is the actual base. Alright, so I'm bringing down the base here, and then the second piece is the actual second part of the stage. And again, everything's magnetized. Okay. Then I'm gonna start with the front balcony. And then the front balcony has these little details. I don't know what to call them, but you know, they belong on the balcony. These pieces also come apart as well. Okay. And then put that on the edge. Alright, so then these pillars right here actually do come apart as well. Alright. Everything comes apart. And then you hook it on the back. Oops. Okay. Then we got the stairs. Then we got the center, I don't know what you call it, stage, I guess, and then you got the table that goes in the middle. Okay. So there's the filling of a pillow. So that's what this is. So I took it apart and I'm just stuffing them in areas that I want to hide. So right here I want to hide the edge of the monitor by putting the pillow filling to look like actual smoke. Okay. There's debris. So I made a whole bunch of them and I'm just gonna just sprinkle them all over. I want to show you guys my favorite scene about this, and this is now I'm gonna go get into lighting, guys. All right, but because of the video, I want to show you guys other things besides building dioramas. Lighting is definitely important, and also thinking about when you actually build it, how to display it. So as you can see here, I'm adding more of the pillow fillers just to kind of get that smoke effect. It does a really good job imitating smoke. So I have these lights here that when you turn them on, they turn on like that. Now I want to put these underneath the pillow fillings to make the clouds glow, or the smoke glow. Alright, so I'm just gonna put these strings, this light string, all around the bottom and just spread it really nice. Now I'm gonna start putting the characters, alright? Looks pretty cool. Alright, so now as you can see, I added a loop video of the actual Temple of Gozer, and then now I'm gonna add Gozer. Alright, now I can add the debris, so it looks like she's elevating her powers. Just throwing a whole bunch of debris all over the place. Now guys, I recommend these portable LED lights. They're amazing, especially for lighting. So I'm gonna put one right here in the middle, and I'm gonna put one on my left and the right side of the dial, and I'm gonna turn them on. And now I'm gonna turn off the lights, and guys, I want you to see how lighting can improve a dial. Here you go. Now you guys can see what lighting can do to your dial. It just takes it to another level. It just brings another level of detail and realism, and it just brings it all together. And there you go, guys. Now you see, with a little bit of lighting and adding a little bit of accessories can really bring the dial to another level, as you can see here. Alright guys, well guys, this dial was fun. Really enjoyed building this dial, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, learned. And guys, hit that like button, write a comment, and if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Alright guys, till next time, peace.